What up YouTube, is Misery Hates Company. In this video, I want to show you two different builds for the wizard that I think are just top notch for PvE. I'm currently not doing too much PvPing because I'm playing a lot of catch up in the game. Once I do get kind of caught up and I feel more competent in my ability with my gear to do battlegrounds, I will make a PvP video for the wizard. But these are some of my personal favorite builds for the wizard. Let's get straight into it. So first things first, this first build is what is going to be just a lot of AoE. So we're going to start with the gear. I'll show you the showcase. We'll do like a quick little Elder Rift, and then we'll go from there. First things first, I am not using any type of force set pieces, so shame on me. But if I wanted to pick one, it would still be the Vithus with the channeling damage, because that's definitely going to be the most bang for your buck for this build. First, let's start at the bottom. We are using Thunderbird's Bite, which basically increases the damage of the Lightning Nova by 10%. I do have it awoken all the way because I have it using a 1-star gem there. Lightning Nova cooldown decreased by 10%. And then over here, I am using the Siphon, which is increasing the speed boost that Lightning Nova gives me, and then by 60%, and then also Lightning cooldown decreased by 10%, which is great. This is where we get that channel damage from. The Searing Judgment, which is the Fiery Beam. Disintegrate now channels fire, burning enemies for additional damage over time. Then we are using the Pants that take advantage of this too, which disintegrate channels up to 3 additional beams to nearby enemies. Each continually damage 895 damage, dealing 895% damage. Again, it is awoken, so it's increasing the damage by another 10%. Now this is where it gets a little fun, these last two. The Flaming Orbs, so Memory of X. Don't know how to say that. But so what it does is Scorch now conjures up to 4 flaming orbs that orbit around you and explode when they strike an enemy, dealing and burning all nearby enemies. Now we're doubling down on the spitting and winning for the wizard build, and we're going to be using the Blazing Brunt, which increases Lightning Nova now creates 2 Novas that orbit you and damage any nearby enemies they hit. So basically, it's just a whole lot of spinning. Now, this is going to be my open world farm that I use. It's actually a lot of fun to use. It's actually incredibly fast too. I will go into an Elder Rift just so you can see it in action. But again, I mainly use this when I'm overworld farming or if I'm just pushing Elder Rifts. I do not use this in challenge rifts or if I'm farming dungeons, especially if I'm using currently Hell 6, where I'm a little under geared for as of the recording of this video. But it is something that I do. You know, I'll go ahead and put in a couple of my legendary ones so that we get a little bit of gear, and you can hopefully wish me luck and we'll get a little lucky. But again, this is not the set that I would use if I'm pushing dungeons or challengers. That will be the second build that I show you here in a second. But this is my really fast, speedy build. All right, so we're just going to start spinning and winning, blowing everything up, and then you're just going to keep going. Now we are, whoa, lost my mouse. Hello there. My phone's in my way. I was not ready for this. So I do get that low cooldown of my, legendary. I'm getting legendaries all over the place with this. The new update, let me know if you are as well. 'Tis a good time. So obviously I'm mainly just keeping up my 1 and 2, which is going to be my Scorch as well as my Lightning Nova, and just blowing through this Elder Rift. Now obviously Elder Rifts are not difficult by nature, but it is so much fun just literally killing everything before I even get to it. It is a great build, and I very much enjoy running it probably 80 to 90% of the time. Just blow up this big crowd here. Oh, I want that. Thank you. Goodbye. There we go. Boom. And it actually does a ton of damage. I didn't really show you guys my legendary gems because I don't really think that, you know, you're going to use the best gems you got, right? You're not going to be tailoring your build to whatever gems that I show you in this video. I am running, what, 2 or 3 5-star gems, and everything else is either 1-star or 2-star. So I will just give you that as a heads up. I'm just going to blow it up here. As you can see, I very rarely had to stop. Anytime I did stop was really a choice on my part. It is a very, very fast build. So let's go ahead and see what legendary gems we got. Hopefully we get lucky. Oh, nope. I was not. Not lucky. RIP. So we'll see what I got. Yeah, it is what it is. Fodder. All right, so now let's go back to the second build that we're going to be using in this video. Again, this is the next build I'm going to show you is my dungeon pushing, dungeon farming build, the one that I use for Challenge Rift, my really, like, I would say, my serious wizard build. It is more focused on doing the maximum damage as possible while not necessarily jumping in like I was just doing in that video, or I guess that Elder Rift. Also, shout out to having the barber here. I love it. I did change to the other option, so I have a slightly different looking wizard as of currently. So as you can see, I literally have this called open world, and now we're switching it to my dungeon build. Go ahead and activate it. Fully activate. So now the legendaries that we're using for this is going to be the Wind Shaper, and this is going to be the Hungering Wind. Arcane Wind now summons a tornado that follows enemies and continuously damage them. Damages all enemies in its path, and then increase damage by 10%. This is a really core part of this build right here, is this offhand piece. So Arcane Wind now also freezes chilled enemies 1.5 seconds. For 1.5 seconds, cannot occur more often than once every 3 seconds. Arcane Wind damage increased by 10% due to the awokenness. Moving on, we got the Fiery Beam. Again, no change here on the shoulders, but I did change the pants. Icy Meteor. Meteor now summons an Icy Meteor, dealing damage and covering the area with an ice that deals additional damage and chills the enemy. Meteor damage increased by 10%. Again, this is the 1 and 2 part of this build, is the offhand and the pants. And then in my opinion, I really do like this, like a shirt, if you will, because it does increase the radius of Meteor. Last but not least, this is just personal preference. You could do a couple different things with the headpiece, but the one I use is that it gives you the, you become invisible once you go teleport, and then also leaves behind a mirror image. So let's go ahead and jump into another, I forgot I got a legendary on that one. Let's go ahead and jump into another Elder Rift, because, you know, content. And these are the 2 builds that I literally use the most by like a long shot. Now, no change on the 4 sets I would recommend for this build. Again, I am just now progressing into Hell 6. I'm desperately trying to catch up as fast as I can so I can make more current content. But these are the builds that I would highly recommend at just from either leveling. And by the way, for leveling, I would definitely recommend the first build because, again, it's considered overworld leveling. Which, oh my gosh, you just can fly through everything so fast. This one is also a very good build. It's more of like an Ice Wizard build or Frost build if you're familiar with World of Warcraft, which was kind of funny because I always did like a Fire Mage, which was not that common. So obviously I'm going to drop the Meteor, turns everyone to ice with the Chilling Wind, and then I just blow them up with the Disintegrate. So it's a nice little 1-2 punch. The cooldowns are also pre-lined up. Now keep in mind I do have some of the cooldown reduction because I have them awoken, so that'll be a little bit different for you. But the CC is very nice, like I said, especially in challenge rifts. But for the time's sake of this video, I didn't want to go into a challenge rift. I just want to keep it nice and quick and do an Elder Rift. But yeah, it's a very nice cooldown, freezes everyone, boom. And then the Frozen, again, if it were to be a longer fight, it can freeze them once every 3 seconds, which is just beautiful. And then sometimes you don't even need it. You can just blow them up with this, especially with the Elder Rifts. Didn't even take that much damage. I'll just leave you behind. Oh. And then you can actually cause a firestorm. I don't know if you caught that. You can also cause a firestorm with the with the icy tornado, which is actually kind of lit. I'm not gonna lie. So drop this, freeze them all, and then turn it into a firestorm. So you're basically just doing all the things. You're freezing them. You're firing them. Like they're just pissed off. They don't know what just happened. Oop. Where my boys at? There they are. There's the boys. They're the boyos. All right, sick. It's like I'm talking to a dog, you know? Boys. Hey, boys. All right, almost done. Like I said, it's definitely noticeably slower, but in those more like damage-focused fights, you're going to be noticing a big difference in your damage and your survivability because you aren't jumping right in the middle of the fight like you were in that first build. But definitely a very strong option for those of you that need a more distance-focused wizard build. As you can see, like in terms of damage, it's night and day for the damage. This is a much higher damage output build than the first one. It definitely fries at single target. It does okay with multi-target too because the cooldown isn't terrible. But yeah, that's going to do it for the 2 builds. Let me know which one's your favorite. Are these 2 builds that you're going to be interested in trying for your own wizard? And yeah, guys, until next time, lock it in. If you made it this far, go and smash the like button because obviously you liked the video. You cared enough to watch this video all the way through, 9 minutes long, and see both builds. So do me a favor, smash the like button. If you want more content, smash that subscribe button. Until next time again, lock it in.